Good morning everyone. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Welcome to another video. Today is the 20th of June. So it is time for a mid-year reset. And if you know me, you know that I love any opportunity to kind of like hit the refresh button and kind of reinvent myself. So today we're going to be talking about the next 6 months of this year to really try to make it as good as it can be. And so the chapters for today is going to be, first we're going to have a look at the goals for 2023, what we set in January and how we're doing on that. Second, we're going to be talking all about health, physical and mental. Third, we're going to be talking about our financial and career goals, because those are really important too. And then fourth, we're going to be talking about becoming the woman of our dreams and what can we do to achieve that by the end of 2023. So today we are in a very special setting. We are on a golf course. I love playing golf and I thought I would bring you with me while we do this little reset brainstorm, and at the same time kind of like show you around here because it is so beautiful. So here we go, let's reset. First things first, we're going to talk about our goals for 2023. So those are the goals that you set for yourself for this year, and this is the time that you're going to review them and kind of see where you are at in regards to those goals. So just see your progress in regards to them, and if you need to double down on the effort to make them happen this year. And it is also the time for you to see if they're still relevant or not, because 6 months have passed, maybe you're a different person, your goals or priorities might have changed, and that is okay. So maybe you cross some of them out if you feel like they're not relevant anymore, add some more or not, it's up to you. But kind of like do a little lay of the land and make sure that you are on the right track to accomplish them by the end of the year and make this year as successful as possible. When I personally look at my goals for this year, one of my main things was really to focus on me and kind of like make myself a priority. I have a tendency to be a people pleaser, so I really wanted to work on that. And so this whole 6 months, they have really enabled me to identify the tools that I can use to kind of like put myself first. And I feel like I am on the right track in regards to that, but I also have goals where I haven't started yet. So this is a great moment for me to realize that, okay, if I still want to make this like this year, I need to double down the effort on those goals. And that's what's going to happen. I'm going to do it because I do feel like they're still very relevant to me. So yeah, kind of like audit your goals, see where you're at, and double down where you need to, and cancel those that don't make sense anymore for you. Now we're going to be moving on to the next chapter, which is the health reset. And by health, I mean physical and mental, because both are equally important. Actually, I do feel like mental health is even more important. So let's dive right into that. Physical health. This is a moment where you want to kind of like ask yourself, how are you feeling? How are you doing? How are your energy levels during the day? And also, if you haven't done so in a while, this is the moment where you might want to schedule some appointments to your dentist, to your GP, all those people to kind of like check up on you and make sure that you are all okay. Personally speaking, I did not have any specific like health goals entering 2023. I did not want to lose any weight or gain any weight. I was kind of happy with where I was at. However, in those 6 months, I did feel like a lot of times, I was eating kind of healthy, but my body felt very bloated at times, and I feel like it is due to inflammation. And to be honest, if I'm being completely transparent here, I have been ordering out a lot because I live in Bangkok and it is much more practical. And whenever you order out, you don't really know what goes on in your food, the type of processed food that you're using, and maybe the rancid oils that they're using too, and that's obviously not good for you. So I feel like in the next 6 months, I'm gonna make it a priority to try to cook a little bit more and eat a little bit clean. And because I feel like macro wise, I am doing what needs to be done, but I am feeling the bloat and I'm not, maybe my image is not reflecting how clean my nutrition I think is. So I'm gonna do a little effort and cook a little bit more at home, and I'm sure that will be benefiting myself. Next, we're gonna be talking about mental health. So this is a moment that you gotta be really, really honest with yourself. This is a conversation that you need to have with yourself, and this is the most important conversation because you're gonna be asking yourself, how are you really doing? No filters, just the real stuff. And are you feeling happy right now? Are you feeling not so happy? Are you feeling satisfied? Are you in a low? Are you feeling high on life? What are you feeling? And kind of like also identify the root cause of this feeling. Are you just feeling fulfilled because everything is going well in your life, in your career, and in your relationship? Are you feeling low because maybe you're kind of lost and confused as to what you're going to do? Try to identify and self-diagnose your feels. And this is also the moment that maybe you have to, if you haven't yet, a great time, even if you're feeling great, a great time to kind of do this first step and book an appointment with a therapist and try therapy. It is just amazing how there are people whose job it is to help you go through life and navigate your emotions. This is their job, so they're really good at it and they know how to do it. You don't have to do everything yourself, and I feel like very often we feel like we need to like carry our burden and just like try to figure out everything ourselves, but really there are people that that's their job, and some of them are really good at it. So if you haven't yet tried out, I used to be in therapy last year. It really, really helped me. I am more of an anxious person, so it really helped me kind of like chill out a little bit, and also it gave me tools to master my emotions a little bit more. And it's been a while since I haven't been, but I'm thinking maybe I'm going to do it a little bit again, just to like keep me on track, because it is just so helpful and important, and this is really something you need to prioritize. And other tool that I think is so powerful and important that really helps me, at least, is journaling. I have talked about this before. I am a huge fan of journaling. So the last 6 months, I've really tried to be as regular as possible with my journaling. The win here is just crazy. I thought it would be such a good idea to film this video on the golf while I'm doing something, but there's like lawnmowers happening, blowers, the wind is crazy. It is not as peace and quiet as I thought, and I feel like I might have to redo this video all over again just because of all the noise, and I don't have a mic. So yeah, I hope the quality is not too bad. But yeah, as I was saying, I try to do journaling like regularly those past 6 months, and I have definitely seen, I have had months where I would almost journal every day, and those months I felt so light, I felt no anxiety, and it felt so good. So if you haven't tried it yet, do it. And the real key in journaling is really to do it your way, whatever works for you. Don't watch tutorials on how to journal. Just put it all out. It doesn't need to be a specific format. It just needs to fit you. One last thing that I like to do for the mental health part is really kind of like audit my social media following. So everyone that I am following on social media, because I am not breaking news to you, but your environment, whether it is your friends or the people that are you're following on social media, have a great impact on you, and they influence you in ways that you cannot even imagine. And so it's really about going through all those people that you're following and really kind of like being real about how they're making you feel, because there's no point in following someone that makes you feel jealous, makes you just like feel anxious, or just like stirs any kind of like negative energy. You want to be following people that are motivating you, uplifting you, and that are just having this contagious positive energy. And so you're gonna be auditing all the people that you're following, and don't be shy to hit the unfollow button Or if for some reason you don't feel comfortable doing that because maybe that is someone that you know, then mute that person. And in the end, you're just gonna be spending less time on social media and you're gonna have more time for yourself, and your mental health is gonna be so much better. Here's the thing with golf, like nothing is guaranteed. You may do like a great drive and then your next shot you just like miss it completely, and that's also the difficulty. And that's also kind of the thing that I love, is that you need to have a very strong mindset to be like, okay, I missed this one, but the next shot is an entirely new shot and I can do my best and I can like kind of like make it happen still. But you need to have this strength of mind and not be like, oh my god, first shot is missed, so everything is doomed, because that is just not going to help you. So it has really helped my mindset, to be honest, playing golf. And also, I mean, the scenery is always so nice, and I just feel like it's the best solo date you could ever wish for. So I am currently on hole 13. I feel like I need to pick up my pace because there are some players coming. So I need to focus and get this done and get it done really nicely. That was a really good shot. So you guys, there's a lot of golfers passing me by. Obviously they're all men. Like, I don't know why there's barely any women on the golf course. Maybe they're all working. What am I doing? But they're all like, oh my god, are you playing alone? Like, is everything okay? What is wrong with playing alone? Like, I just love it. I'm in my little golf cart, I'm talking to you guys, listening to some music, listening to a podcast, and just having the time of my life. I mean, the sun is sunning, everything is so beautiful, I'm having a blast. Obviously some tantrums sometimes, and oh my god, where is my ball? Just finished hole 13. It was a par 5, which means that you need 5 shots. Like, you need to make it in 5 shots if you're good. I'm not that good, but I did it in 7, which is not that catastrophic. And now my car is locked. So I also love golf because I know how to drive. I took lessons, but I don't have my license, so this is technically the only car I can drive. So I am loving it, you know, just like cruising in my little golf cart in this beautiful scenery. If any of you girlies is like thinking of maybe taking up a new activity, I am gonna be strongly suggesting golf. Listen, if 5 years ago you would have told me that I would be playing golf, I would be like, there is no way. Like, golf is for old people. For some reason, golf doesn't have that much of a great rep, but it is such a mind game. You need your focus, you need to be resilient, and you need to be confident. And I don't know, I just feel like it's just a great game to be on your own, but also so much fun if you're doing it with other people. My parents play golf as well, so it's just a great family outing. My fiance is the one who initiated me in golf, and I just feel like it's the best way to spend a Sunday. You know, you just both on the golf course playing, having fun, engaging, and it's always like a nice surrounding. So yeah, think about it and take it up as a new hobby. Why not? Listen, you won't know until you try it, and when you're gonna be trying it, you are going to thank me. I can promise you that. So on that note, I am doing pretty good right now. So on that note, I'm gonna be focusing, and I'll talk to you on the next chapter. Moving on to career and financial goals. So this is the moment where you ask yourself, are you happy with your situation right now? How do you feel about your job? Is it making you feel happy? Is it dreading you? And if you're not happy with your situation, well, you need to start planning your exit strategy, because things are not going to happen if you don't make plans for it, and wishes are just going to stay wishes if you just wish wish it, if there is no actions behind it. And unfortunately, no one is going to come and save you. You need to save yourself. So if you're not happy with your job, what are the other options? Do you want to maybe pivot and do something completely different? Do you want to just change jobs? Do you want to maybe try your hand at entrepreneurship and start a business? Because maybe you have like this little business idea that you really think is going to take, and you've just been shy this whole time. Or maybe you want to become a full-time content creator. Make a plan and make time for it in your calendar, because if you just make plans as well, it's not gonna happen. So maybe you schedule 2 hours every day after your job to kind of like work on what needs to be done. Really list out all the steps that are going to bring you closer to either getting a new job, starting a new business, or content creation, and plan it out in your calendar and really do this little schedule for yourself. And one tip that I have for you is, do not start too strong. Do not go like all out all at once, because then maybe you're just going to be burned out from this, like the whole work in like a week. The point is really to do it on a long term. So maybe go for like an hour after work every day. You're going to work on your business or your content creation, and just really put in work consistently, and it's going to happen. If I'm being honest, personally speaking, career wise, I am not at like I don't feel like I'm grounded in my purpose, and I do have this little voice in me that is saying that I should be doing YouTube, but I don't feel also confident just leaving everything and just doing YouTube full time. I have been stuck at 500 subscribers for months now, and I know it does not mean a lot, but it is nevertheless very, very demotivating when you don't see any like jump or count, when you don't see any jump in your subscribers count or your views count. So but what I can do is kind of like maybe rethink my strategy. Maybe something is wrong. I know my content is not the best. Editing, I need to work on it. So it's really about putting in the work to maybe get to the standard that I need to get to consider doing this as a full-time. So if you're watching this right now, this is a little shameless plug from your girl, but maybe you can help me out. I've been struggling so much. So if ever you are enjoying this content and you're not too annoyed by the noises all around me, hit that subscribe button and I'll really appreciate it. Next is financial goals. And I'm gonna start by saying this. Being financially savvy is sexy right now. So as women, I feel like we need to start being smart with our money, because this is how we're gonna bring back our power. So this means planning on how you're going to be spending your money. And I don't feel like we should be looking at this like you want to be living the shabby life, because clearly not. But maybe you want to plan better for it. So maybe there are some activities that you want to do that cost a little bit more money. It's about planning and budgeting and saving to do those activities and live your life to the fullest, but at the same time not be in a situation then when you are kind of like, oh my god, I spent too much money. So make sure you're budgeting your money right, make sure you're saving a little bit, and also maybe you want to get into investing. This is actually one of my goals for this year, was to become more financially literate and start investing. And I'm gonna be completely honest, I haven't started one single bit. My goal was really to learn a bit more about investing and how I should be doing it, and like short-term and long-term investments, and I haven't started, but that's okay. I focused on other things in the beginning of this year, and now I'm gonna double down on this one and really go all in and learn a lot about it, start small investing, and kind of like grow my money a little bit, because this is, I feel, a smart way to handle things. And the idea that investing is just for like men and it's just very masculine is so not true. And women, we're super smart, so we can make even better decisions. So let's start investing. Let's start being smart with our money and being financially empowered. If ever you guys have some tips or some resources that I can use to kind of like get a head start on that goal, please share them with me in the comments. I would really appreciate it. I kind of like the whole idea of this is very daunting because I don't really know where to start. So any resources would be super helpful. On this note, let's move on to our next chapter, which is becoming the woman of our dreams. Let's have a look at where we are right now, and let's have a look at what we dreamt of initially and what we should be working on in the meantime to make this happen by the end of 2023. The way that I like to work on the woman of my dreams kind of goal is basically, in the beginning of the year, I do an exercise called the present me versus future me exercise, which is basically I list out all my personality traits, my characteristics, as it is, the good, the ugly, and the bad. And then I do like a little visualization of the woman that I would like to become and write everything about her. And then I kind of identify where I should be working on. The road is so narrow right now. I'm so scared to fall off. And then basically I just identify the area of work, the gaps, and how I can get closer to being that woman. And you know, so far, if I'm looking at my future me kind of person, I feel like I did a great job kind of working on the different personality traits. I did spend a lot of time, as I said, on my own, kind of learning about myself and being very, very comfortable with me. But if I'm looking at, but there clearly are some personality traits that I need to work more on. Specifically, everything in regards to becoming a more disciplined person. This is also something that I wanted to work on because right now I definitely feel like I have been living a bit too much of a soft life, and I definitely feel like I can do so much more and that I want to do so much more. I have a lot of energy and I have a lot of like motivation, and this is something that I'm going to be actively working on, meaning I'm going to be making plans to be discipline. And the way that I'm gonna be doing it is basically setting very small and actionable goals for me to do every day consistently, because I feel like a disciplined person has the ability to just do what needs to be done on a regular basis without any excuses to just make the needle move in their favor. So I'm gonna be working on that, and hopefully by the end of the year I'm gonna be the disciplined queen that I want to be. Okay, you guys, so I think I kind of covered everything. Hopefully let me know if you guys enjoyed this little mid-year reset brainstorm. I feel like it was more of a brainstorm, a bit more of a chit-chatty kind of video, and I kind of liked it. Let me know in the comments, what is the one thing that you really want to work on and that you know is going to be the biggest needle mover for you to make this year successful? There's still 6 months to go, guys, so there's still time and you can make it count. For me, I really feel like if I work on being more disciplined and if I work on having a better work ethic, it's really gonna help me on different areas of my life. So I feel this is like the one area that I really want to focus on. And yeah, I can't wait to see where I end up by the end of this year. And I'm gonna continue play some golf, and I'll see you guys very soon. And of course, if you enjoyed this video, if you enjoyed chit-chatting, spending time with me, subscribe to the channel. It helps so much, you have no idea. It helps me, not like, yes, of course, like it's great for the algorithm, but it's just so motivating for me when I post a video and then the next day I wake up and I have a little new member in this community. So I'll really appreciate it, and I'll see you guys very soon. Update, you guys, we are heading on my next to last hole, and I'm seriously bummed out, like so sad I could cry. I don't know, I'm having such a blast and everything is just perfect. The weather has been amazing. We are in winter here in Mauritius and it doesn't look like it, but yeah, so this is my last hole, my next to last hole, so I'm gonna really give it my all. give them my all and make sure I ace it. So as you can see, this is a very short hole. It is only 100 meters. However, there is this huge canal with trees and water in between. So basically, you have to be good and precise, which I am not. And this is where I might just lose all my balls, you know. So let's see how it goes, but I'm not feeling too confident about this one. I don't know what is happening, but I did it. I went on the other side in one try. So I don't know, I'm very lucky today, it seems. I am playing for par right now and pretty good, you guys. Yes! So we are heading to our last hole. Today has been really good. I feel like I was really lucky. I don't usually play that good, but again with golf you kind of never know. Some days are good, some days are kind of shit, some days you don't know what is going on, like where all your balls went. But today is pretty good. The maximum I did was like a triple bogey, if that is even, oh my god, if that is even a thing. I did like a triple bogey, and usually it gets so much worse than this. So yeah, super happy, and we're gonna be heading on the last hole right now. So I'm gonna say bye to you guys, and I'll see you very soon.